Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. My name is Brandy. Here on this channel, we talk about spirituality, the plant-based diet, mommy life, like just really just living your life and going into your spiritual journey as you are. Okay, so today I have Monique from the Citrine Goddess. She
Hi.
creates some amazing elixirs, y'all. Okay, I got one right here. I'm gonna take it, even though this is it's a warning behind this one, right? Excuse my nails, y'all. This is the love elixir. So you
hmm
tell us about your elixirs. Tell us about what you do. You do pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, it seems like everything is up under this umbrella of the Citrine Goddess, which is like my alter ego and what I strive to be. The Citrine Goddess is ultimately my fancy way of saying that I'm an alchemist. And so I create a lot of elixirs. I'm an herbalist, so I create elixirs, herbal blends. I provide recommendations and suggestions when there's any type of elements or issues that you may be experiencing. Anything that you want to achieve, I can probably come up with a concoction or a suggestion through herbs.
Right.
Um, I'm a yogi. I'm an intuitive. And if you don't know what intuitive is, basically I see and hear and feel things and able to pull that information and relay it back to others. I use various things like divination with tarot oracle readings. And sometimes I don't even use those. I just use my own intuition. So, what else?
You tap in. You tap
Yep,
in.
tap in. Um,
So
what
here
else?
on this channel, we've done with some of the past collabs. We talked about eating habits and how food is spiritual. What you put into your body is
Mhm,
spiritual. So I
mhm.
think that we need to continue with that trend.
Okay.
So Monique sent me some. Do you want me to call you the citrine goddess?
Yeah,
Call you citrine.
Monique is fine.
Monique is fine.
You can
Okay.
call me anything
So,
long as it's enlightened.
okay. And also, you're here in St. Louis,
Yep,
right along with me. So that's
yep.
awesome. So we met up and she gave me some of her elixirs to try. One of them I tried was the Happy Gypsy. And also, this is the Love Elixir. This one has honey in it, doesn't it?
Both of them have honey in it. So,
Okay.
the what makes it an elixir is the fact that it's honey in it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because
Okay. So talk
tinctures.
about what is an elixir? What is it?
So,
So, because
so,
it's like a tincture and then it's elixir. So, what is all that stuff?
so the
Take us through
tincture
it.
is so both. Okay, so both of them have alcohol in them because I infuse the herbs through alcohol, and then you can just keep it tincture based, which won't have the honey or anything else in it. But what makes the elixir an elixir is you put the honey in there, or you put some type of sweetener in there. You could do agave, you could do honey, you can do agave is good for vegans because vegans don't like honey. Um, you can also put glycerin in there, and it was one more maple syrup. So
I'm
some,
about to say, can you use maple syrup?
yep,
Okay.
gray beer, I believe it's going to be. I don't use maple syrup that much, but when I was like a hardcore raw food vegan, yeah,
I
maple.
wonder, do some people ever use like molasses, like blackstrap molasses?
Oh, that's so hard to use. I
I
mean,
know it's thick. It's real thick. I
yeah,
know it has a lot of iron, for the ladies
yeah,
out
it's
there.
really good to use for that. Exactly. Molasses is really, really good for just I would say it's a really good mineral based sweetener. Yeah.
So what do you like? How did you get into herbalism? Like what is it? Why should people like help us? Tell us what it
So
is.
so I'm not gonna give you my whole long spiel because I want to get into some other stuff. But ultimately, so I used to go to school for biochemistry, and when I came home, well, I got kicked out of college because I didn't have enough money. So basically, when I came home, I decided to start a family and was having an issue with the starting part. I wasn't getting pregnant, so I found Queen Afua, who introduced me to all of those type of herbs and things like that. So I reached out to her at the time. It was like 2000, early 2000s when it wasn't, easy to kind of, I don't think she even had a website at that time. I emailed the lady and she sent me a bag of herbs. And 2 months later, I was pregnant. So that started my journey of herbalism. So I started learning all of the benefits of herbs and what all I can do with it, in addition to just, fertility and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got into it. And then it just developed from there. I actually went to Tend to Flourish Botanical School, which is the first herbal school here in St. Louis. And they opened up last year. That was the first graduating class, and now I'm a teacher there. And so, yeah. And so it's actually, that's what started it all. And so now it's endless. There's so many so many things you can do with herbalism. And so it just depends. So whatever you all need, let's just give it to me. What's the problem? Just tell me.
That is amazing. Like, it's just amazing how we literally can heal. Like, we were given all the tools to heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Nature is the key. Go back to nature. Everything is there.
Yeah. Return to her. Go back into the womb. Okay.
I know, right?
So you did the math. Okay. So we have a new moon. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this video. So just sit back and relax. And let's just get into it. Okay. And by the way, Monique is a Virgo.
Yeah. Double Virgo. Scorpio moon.
Scorpio moon, just like me.
Leo Venus.
What'd you say?
Leo Venus.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I think I'm picking up on that. Like, that's probably why you're into that solar plexus energy.
That could be it. That could be it. Yeah.
Okay, I see you. What was I gonna say? So you did the math. You said today is 21 days until the new year.
The new calendar year. Yeah, we got 21 days left. So it's a great time. Like today is a great time to start a new habit or break a new habit. Break a habit or,
end the cycle and start anew. And then on top of that, Sunday, the 13th is a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is all about expansion and just going out there and just casting your net wide, being optimistic, and abundance and all of that type of energy. So it's like bringing that into your life. What can you start today to help you to bring that energy into your life? So let's talk about where's my drafts at? Hold on, probably edit this part out. What did we talk about last time? What are some things you want to talk about?
So let's see here. So
my list.
I know we want to talk about I want to really encourage people to get in their kitchen, and start creating some herbal detox that they can really help with. I like today is Friday, so self-love, self-care, beauty and all that good stuff. So I know we're going to talk about, or when is a good time to talk about that? The herbal blends or for the self-care detox.
Yes. Okay. So let's first start and talk about, you said you want people to get into their kitchens and you're actually starting a course, right? You have Kitchen a course Magic. Out.
Yeah.
Talking about what in your course?
So basically I created a course called Kitchen Magic, and the purpose of Kitchen Magic is to put the healing and intentional eating back into your own hands. So we can create magical healing foods just by using, certain herbs and putting certain intentions into it. So magical intentions, whether it's just with your thoughts or actually using healing herbs as well. So Kitchen Magic ultimately talks about how to create a meal that's mineral rich and has a lot of herbal healing energy into it. So I have a lot of different recipes from infused honeys, tea blends. I have a lot of good recipes for children if you have kids that will help, incorporate their vitamins and supplements and stuff like that into it. So we can talk about a few little recipes there, but I know we're going to talk about a blend, and I know we're going to talk about some infused honey. So I'm going to give you all a few smaller recipes, like with the herbal honey. I know we can use, I don't know if everybody's familiar with rose petals and lavender and calendula and chamomile. Those herbs are my favorite herbs to work with because I struggle with acne, and it has a lot to do. Yes. It has a lot to do with my hormones. Mm-hmm.
How do you pronounce it? Is it calendula? This is calendula.
You know what? So
or marigold.
Marigold, calendula. I heard calendula, and I thought that was so funny when I heard it because it's so much harder to pronounce.
That's how I said calendula.
But yeah, calendula. But those are my favorite herbs to work with. And I also love calendula because it can, you can grow it wild.
Yes, so it grows so well.
Yeah. So
this is from my garden.
Yeah. And so this is my first year actually growing calendula and chamomile on my own. I was so proud of myself. And I just really, I think those four herbs that I just mentioned alone have so many benefits. If you have those four herbs in your home, that's enough for just to start off if you wanted to get into herbalism, because all of those herbs help with anti-inflammatory issues. They also help with, relaxations because they're nervines. So they're help, provide, they stimulate a relaxed state for you. Like if you have anxiety, I haven't been diagnosed, but I feel like I have symptoms of anxiety sometimes. I'm very much worried. I'm very much a worry wart. So I love to drink those. And then my daughters, they'll make tea, calendula and lavender tea all day. So it's really good for acne. And then all of us, if you have PMS issues or hormone issues, amazing with balancing out and supporting those as well.
So you said calendula, which is also known as marigold. What else did you say?
Lavender.
Rose petals.
And chamomile.
Oh, those are perfect. Those are all perfect.
Those are my favorites. So I call that my divine blend. So if you go to my website, you'll see the divine blend part. I mean, it'll say divine blend. So it'll have all the breakdown of each herb, what I use it for, and all that good stuff. But that's like my I wouldn't say my holy trio because that 3 is like 4, right. But it's like.
What is
you won't catch me without.
Goddess quad. Is it quad? Is quad?
Goddess. There you go. Goddess. Yeah, is it quad? Yeah, Goddess quad.
Quad 4. I don't know. So that's something to start off with. So why do you think? What do you think is it like a? Does it take time? Do you have to do it every day? Is it like?
Yeah, it's something you want to kind of make it your lifestyle. So I always have something, brewing on the stove, and you could do cold infusions or hot infusions or decoctions. So I can that's information that I have in my kitchen magic course. I kind of break those down. But just to give you a quick understanding of what those are, cold infusions is basically throwing the herbs inside of some water and let it infuse for a few hours, just like you would some tea. Just a regular hot infusion is just like you taking a tea bag and making some regular tea. The decoction is when you put it on your stove and you're using more herbs like root herbs like dandelion root or echinacea or even elderberry, something that will you'll want to pull all of the properties out. So you'll boil it and you'll and I wouldn't say boil it, but you'll simmer it on the stove, and that's the decoction. So it's a more potent potion for all of those herbs. So I use all of those, but not with the 4 herbs that I just mentioned. I don't do decoctions with those because they are very high volatile oils. So they don't really need a lot of heat to pull out the properties. So you can just do cold infusions or a regular hot infusion with those.
Okay. Okay. And make it a daily thing. Like that's what I think is important. Like even on my banner, when I first started this channel, I was like, stay forever true. It's a lifestyle. Like just stay true, like get to the essence, like I guess that's what it was meant. Like get to the essence of who you are and just stay that way. Like just really be within who you are and just grow and be and build upon it. And I think, and this is just going off the rails, okay? But if you think about like, even, I just love Virgo energy. I talked about this in my last video, but that Virgo energy, the Virgo rules your daily routine.
Yeah.
That's why it can become so mundane. Like, oh, here come this.
Here it comes. It's a routine. If you throw me off my routine, I got a problem.
Okay. It's about that daily routine, because really who you are and what you become is what you do every single day.
Exactly.
And you can't, I think that's the whole problem with our mindset right now, is that, or not everybody's, but how we have maybe looked at things in the past is we say we're going to take this pill or we're going to do something for 30 days and we're going to be good after that, or like, I'm just going to get my body done. No tea, no shade to nobody.
No shade, but hey.
But no shade though. But it's just I'm gonna get it done and I'm gonna be good. But then you see people going right back to get it done. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I already tried to
Yeah.
put too much out there. But you get what I'm saying? Like that's the thing where I think it becomes troublesome for people is just staying consistent with what they're doing. So what do you think we could work on, like, to create that, I don't know, like
consistency?
what's some tips to like keep it as a, to make it, bring it on?
So, okay, so now I'm also working on this other course. Well, I've always been teaching both of those, to be honest, but I have more of a curriculum with them now. So I have another course called Becoming a Goddess, and it works on time management and consistency and procrastination, which is an issue. So, so with the consistency part, I want to remind people, don't get caught up on the consistency. It's all about quality. You want to make sure that you're showing up and making sure that you're producing quality product or quality. You're giving your quality self, basically. But I say consistency though. When I wake up in the morning, I try to create a routine, a spiritual routine. So I make it feel like it's not dreadful. So when I get up, I get some fresh water. I throw my herbs in there, let that sit. By noon, I got my drink ready to go. Or, into something that you don't have to put a lot of energy into. So I would just recommend like getting up in the morning, starting with, of course, for me personally, I say my affirmations before my feet hit the floor. I give my gratitude and my thanks for waking up. And then I go straight to my kitchen and I get my water and I put my herbs in there and I drink my cup of tea. If I don't do that, my day might not be so well. So, but I say all of that to say it's all about the intention of doing it. So even if you, for some reason, get off track and you don't get a chance to get that water in or get that tea in or that herbal infusion in, do it sometime throughout the day. Just make sure that you try to be as consistent as possible. In my courses, I give you a couple of tips on how to do so. But ultimately, it's really just all about inspired actions, just trying it, just getting up and just putting forth the effort. Even if you just get a little small mason jar, and just throw it in there. So it can get more in depth. I'm trying not to give too much information, but yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the things, like, for me, that I feel like I get kind of in that trap back into the cycle is that I beat myself up for not doing it. Yeah. And it's like the more you beat yourself up for not doing it, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, you can't forget that you're human,
Yeah, and you have to like celebrate those small things, like I didn't yell at my kids today or whatever. Like I drank water before I drank coffee. I probably didn't want to drink coffee, but I drank water before I drank it, or whatever. Like you have to really focus on what you did good, or not good or bad, but like focus on the positive so that you can bring more of the positive back into your life.
So as the new calendar year approach, I would just recommend these last 21 days, just do something. Just be consistent in doing something new, bringing a new routine in and getting rid of something. Like if coffee is one of them, I'm addicted to coffee. Unfortunately, I am, but I don't drink it all the time, but I don't beat myself up when I do. Some days I have one of those days where I just really want some coffee. So my trick with that is I put some infused herbal honey into it, and I still get my benefit of my herbs.
And then you sweeten your coffee up.
Yep, I sweeten my coffee up. Yep. It's all about intention.
So we talked about how today is Friday, the day of Venus, love, beauty, relaxing. Like everybody be happy when it's Friday. And so something that you came up with really is this tea that I'm sipping right now. What do you want it to be hot, right? You want it to be like not hot, like physically hot, but but also the heat of what we're adding to it. So cinnamon, and then some type. I forgot my dang on rose petals, which is like that Venus energy. And then we said citrus, right?
Some type of citrus fruit. I recommended orange. Because of the orange, the orange peels give it a really roundabout flavor, but I think you went and put some grapefruit in there.
Yeah, I got grapefruit because that's what I have.
So
and I think they go to that alchemy energy, like you can do.
You got to use what you have. So that's perfect. And then I think it was one more. Oh, wait,
I
what
think
did
I wrote it down. I think it was just those four, wasn't it? Cinnamon, rose petal. I wrote it down.
cinnamon, rose
Oh,
petal,
honey and
honey,
ginger.
and also ginger. Yeah, because
Yes.
ginger is going to fire up that energy for you.
And I got all this stuff downstairs. Okay, child. I was rushing, and I put my ginger in the freezer. Do you do that? Do you feel like it takes away any of the potency?
I actually don't. I don't put it in the freezer. I keep it on the counter, and whatever I don't use, if it goes bad, I just kind of toss it, or I put it in compost.
Compost.
Yep.
But you can, if y'all like, if you're not gonna use it that often, you can put it in the freezer and just kind of get a little
Yeah,
slice of it and
yeah,
throw it and
absolutely.
keep
No,
it
I don't
fresh.
take away from the potency at all. I don't know. I used to, when I was a raw foodist, I tried to get away from refrigeration as much as possible. For some reason, I don't know why they were so against it at the time, but it made sense now. But ultimately, I try to make sure everything is room temperature because of the Ayurvedic principles and all that good stuff. But
Right, which we were talking about that before.
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm still learning more about Ayurvedic, but right now that's something that I will be incorporating more and more as time goes on. Ultimately, the Ayurvedic principles are eating things that are going to fire up your energy. So a lot of the times we think that eating salads are healthy, but according to the Ayurvedic principles, they believe that you shouldn't eat cold salad because it doesn't digest and process in your system very well. And so I just started this year eating warm salads, which are amazing. And it's just basically tossing like spinach, kale, bok choy, whatever kind of greens you have. You don't want to overcook it. You just want to toss it, in maybe some sunflower oil or some grapeseed oil and put a little seasoning on there, maybe some lemon pepper, and you can toss some bell peppers and other, vegetables that you may have in it and just eat it that way. It's still going to have a crunch, but it's going to have, you're just slightly warming it up so that your body can digest it very well.
Right.
And then not drinking, but eating a lot of soups during the wintertime is ideal. You don't want to, in the wintertime period, if you're in a region where there is cold weather, you want to eat more warm food, of course, naturally, but the Ayurvedic principle is that all year round. Yeah.
So no juicy cold fruit.
So fruit, of course, I think is the one exception.
That could be cold.
Yeah. Or at least room temperature.
Right. You don't have to warm it up.
Yep.
And so the principle is that because it's more in alignment with what you already got going on in your body.
In your body system, yeah. Because our body is, what is the temperature? I don't know. Like I said, I'm still learning. I think our temperature is normally like 96 degrees or something like that. And we want to maintain that. Or
to keep the homeostasis.
Homeostasis. We want to maintain that temperature, and cold substances can kind of, mess that up a little bit. Like I said, I'm still learning more about it, but for the most part, ideally, that's the key takeaway that I have gotten away from learning about Ayurvedic is just keeping things warm. All right, somebody's at my door.
Oh, somebody at your door.
Yeah.
So I went and grabbed some ginger in case y'all haven't seen like fresh ginger root.
Yeah.
This is what ginger looks like. And then I ain't got that much left. You probably got way more than me. But I also grabbed some rose. I think these are the rose hips.
Yep.
Rose hips, right?
That's you could use rose hip. Rose hip is really good. I like the way it changes the color of the tea.
Yes, it's so pretty. So that's it. And I really want to grow these type of roses.
So they are very challenging.
Are they?
Yeah, because roses are one of those herbs that actually they grow when they kind of want to, And so it's like if you're trying to get a nice yield of it, it can be kind of challenging if you don't have a high production of it.
I'm gonna try though. Do some research.
Yeah,
I grew some lavender this year.
I did too, and it didn't work out to where it was a high production of it. but it was my first time actually growing it from seed, which is very challenging.
Girl, that is impossible.
Yeah, it's very challenging. And so at first I thought I failed. And then when I went to go pull up my flower bed outside, I was looking at it, like, is this lavender? So it actually ended up growing, but it didn't last. I pulled it up and took it in the house and tried to keep it growing from there because it was getting colder, and it actually still died. So,
but still, I grew so many dang on lavender seeds and nothing came out. I was like, is this?
Yeah.
So I ended up just getting a starter, and it did grow.
Yeah.
And then I got some. Do you use jasmine?
Yes, a lot of it.
Jasmine as well. Mm-hmm. And if you all live anywhere that has like an Asian market, I suggest you go to Asian markets and see if they have any of these herbs, like, because they're like in their culture, like tea is bae, like tea is life. So they got a whole aisle of like all these dry herbs. I also got some lavender from there too, but this is low on my rows. But this was like maybe $4 or $5 just for this container, and it goes a long way. So suggest you do
that is a secret. That's actually a secret.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So that's fine. Only these people can get that secret.
Okay. Everything be so cheap.
Yes. I actually I think I got rid of my last little batch of it, but when I first started herbalism, just kind of really getting into it and selling it on my website, that's where I was going to get most of my herbs. And I was going over into where we have like our Chinatown or Asian town over here in St. Louis on Olive. And that's where I got all of mine from. But once I started doing a bulk production of it, and I had to go, and purchase from different websites and stuff like that. But now that I'm starting to have my own, I'm gonna have my own production this year. So it's gonna be calendula, chamomile, lavender, mugwort, mullein. I have a whole list of it. I
want to try mullein. I know mullein is really good for your respiratory system.
Yep,
right.
Your lungs and all that good stuff. Yep, absolutely. It's actually the only herb that you can actually smoke and it will still benefit with your lungs.
That should have been in that dang on tobacco, them cigarettes. But they ain't gonna put
actually. I create smoke blends with mullein. It's really nice. It's really good.
Have you heard of this? Hold on.
Okay.
Have you heard of Calia Zachichi?
No, that looks good too.
It's a Mexican
packaging and everything.
It's a Mexican dream herb.
Oh, that's kind of like mugwort then.
Yes, and I mixed it with mugwort and also blue lotus flower.
Oh, perfect. That's a nice blend.
I need to find a blue lotus flower vendor though.
Yeah, it's hard to find those along with the butterfly pea tea. That's really hard to find. The butterfly pea tea is like this tea that turns purple.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's really good for your skin too.
Yeah, like why aren't people doing this?
I don't know. They will.
They will. We're talking about it now. And I just want to show you all, in case you all haven't seen what lavender looks like.
Oh yes. So let me show you mine.
Yes, go get yours. Show us what you got, girl. So that's some lavender. Oh, there you go.
I wish you could.
I love that container. I love that shape. That's my favorite.
I got this from the thrift store. I'm a thrifter.
Me too. Same here, sis. It's that's good for the environment.
Yeah. Some
Is that the
chamomile?
Oh, chamomile. Okay.
And I have a few more up there, but so my shelf is kind of high, and I don't have my step stool to grab some of this stuff. But
look at you, sexy, got the back out.
Now I have way more of this. I can fill this back up, but this is my calendula that I purchased bulk size. But then I also have some fresh calendula. I'm going to show you the difference. So this is the kind you'll get online. And if you want some fresh.
Oh, I love it.
So I just put it inside of a honey jar, but this is what I was able to harvest this year. This is the last of the harvest.
And these things, it's so many, like, nature is amazing. Because like this one flower is going to probably be like, I don't know, like 50 seeds, because all you have to do is just pull it up and the seeds are in there. Like,
Yeah.
for one, like, it's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just amazing. Like, once you start gardening and like really getting in tune with what's out there, like, you just realize, like, we were not meant to come here and be struggling.
No, everything we need is in nature. We don't have to go outside of that. All the processing of the foods and all that good, all that stuff is just, it's not necessary. But you
Yeah,
know, hey, to each its own.
I hear you. I hear you. I feel like it's just a matter of getting out of those bad, though not, I don't want to say bad or good habits, but it's just a matter of retraining, you know,
Yeah.
retraining everything. Your kids, your spouse, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when your old self, or the part of you that's like, oh no, your ego that's like, let's stay where we at. Like, come on, sis. When that comes up, you have to like flip it. Like, whenever I keep, because I'm a person where I will think about something over and over and over,
Yeah.
to the point where I manifest it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I knew it was gonna
That's that
happen.
Virgo energy. You need to stop.
And then I'm a Cancer too. So I'm a double warrior.
Yeah.
So, well, I can be. I'm not necessarily. I don't necessarily subscribe to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've noticed, like, when I keep perpetuate a perpetual thought comes up, I have to be like, you know what, this is no longer for me. Like, I'm sending it love and light, but I don't need that anymore. I literally had to say that to myself in my head, or replace that negative thought with just like some type of affirmation for myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I start to train my brain to just shut that out.
Yeah, that perspective shifting.
It's called what?
That perspective shifting.
Yes, and we were talking about that the other day. Perspective shifting. So let's get back into this. It's 21 days until the
next calendar year. Yeah, Gregorian calendar year. But technically, of course, everyone may know my new year starts in spring.
Yes, with the Aries season, with the spring equinox.
Yes, yes. So, but we still are in this realm, in this reality of the calendar year. So you still want to kind of, prepare yourself accordingly with that. So with the last 21 days, I really recommend just trying to, this is when you start your New Year's resolution, these last 21 days. Like today, okay, this is when I start. So I can start fresh with New Year. Right. So, what am I doing I don't know. What's my habit I need to break? I don't even know what my habit is and what I'm going to incorporate. I haven't even had a chance to think about it.
And maybe that's part of it, like reflecting on it. Taking the time to really reflect and writing, talking about it. For me, I know for me, one of the biggest thing is clutter.
Feng shui.
Yes, like, especially with us all having to be at home, not having to, but being at home, like, and then you do so much from your house, and then you got kids, and then you want to feel like it's a sanctuary, you want to feel relaxed, you want to feel like it's a refuge, but it's just like it's work at the same time.
Actually, now that I've thought about it, how we just sit here and just process, my 21-day goal is going to be becoming more of a minimalist that I've been trying to do this year. So I've been purging and throwing away things. Not throwing away, but taking it to the thrift store, just minimizing everything that I'm not using. Like, I believe with the law of attraction, you have to create space in order to attract in what you want. So if you're full of clutter, you can't get nothing. If your hands are full, you can't grab nothing. So I'm trying to release anything that is not serving me, that's not dedicated to my highest and best good. And so right now, I'm just really getting rid of so much stuff, just purging. So that's probably going to be my 21-day challenge, is really end this year with a clean slate.
Right.
Yeah.
When I've been doing the same thing, so I'm glad. Okay. Hold each other accountable.
Yep. Okay. So I'll be checking in and make sure you got all that crap there.
I know you do. My mom, she's also a Cancer, so I feel like I was like raised by a pack rat. I love you, Mama. I love you.
Oh God. You better say something.
I love you, Mama, but you know how you are. So she will hold on to stuff, and I feel like I kind of adopted that.
Yeah.
holding on to things. So I was talking to her the other day. I said, whenever I look at something, I say, does this fit into the life that she would live in, like her, like future Brandy? Like,
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
future Brandy
Oh, that's
own this?
good. That's
Is
good.
this
I like that.
is this hers? Like, would she be like, what is this crap doing up in there? This
Heck
is not
yeah,
mine.
because I'm thinking about it, because my people still probably looking at me crazy right now.
Like, girl, that should have been gone.
What are you doing? You holding this up. You holding up the process.
Yeah. So that's where I'm getting into, like, because I love to thrift too.
Yeah.
And I actually think I'm gonna start reselling, like, because people resell like thrifted goods.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think if you find some good vintage items, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love to thrift, but I don't want to keep holding on to stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'd rather just feed my
I
love.
think that'll be a great haul for you to do.
Yes.
So let's see what you got to sell. I want to see. I love anything that's wooden and vintage. So I can't wait to see.
That's hobo hippie like, chill vibes.
You know what? Okay, so here's a quick tip. So I know we haven't gotten into astrology, but Mercury retrograde is the best time to go thrifting.
Is it? That makes
the best time. Sense. The best time. I love Mercury retrograde. I go to the thrift store and I rack up.
We just got out of one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little minute, but
Mercury, it's gonna be a second. So I only go during Mercury retrograde. Let me clear that up too. I only go during Mercury retrograde. So yeah.
And I feel like that's something too. Like once you start putting, oh my gosh. Okay, hold on, I'm getting it in. Once you start shifting your energy towards like the lunar cycles, what's happening, because I talked about this in a separate video, because it's already happening on a grand scheme. Yes. So since it's already happening, you might as well jump on it and go with that flow.
Yeah.
Because it's already happening.
Yeah, so,
like with this new moon, this is not a time for you to be trying to I don't know, do stuff that you would do with the full moon, like trying to finish stuff off. Like, no, this is time for you to start some stuff.
Yeah.
You should have cleaned up and did everything beforehand. Now it's time for you to start.
Yes. I was listening to someone, one of my favorite astrologers on YouTube, and she had suggested that during this particular new moon that we just kind of lay low. Like we still do some, we still kind of incorporate, whatever new fresh energy we want to bring in. But if you're trying to start a business during this one, because it's an eclipse too.
Right.
Yeah. It's probably not really a good time to do that. It's probably a good time to kind of just lay low and just really embrace whatever new energy that you're ready to develop within yourself. So not anything new, like a new system or a new business or a new, anything like that new, but more so like breaking up habits or starting a good habit. Those type of things is a good time to start doing.
Do you remember why she said her rationale behind it? Just because it's the eclipse?
The eclipse, only because of the eclipse. Because the eclipse energy supposed to last like for the next 6 months, and it's supposed to be like some really dark, like it's almost to be honest, like we said, you're not supposed to do something with the full moon. Full moon, of course, I like that energy because it's a good time to let go and purge of things. But it's kind of like the opposite with this one because of that energy of the lunar eclipse. It's kind of good to really, really let go of anything that's not dedicated to your highest and best good. Anything that's not going to bring any light or positive energy. So it probably is a good time to start letting go of some new habits. If that makes sense.
Letting go. I feel like that kind of is a newness, is letting go, because you've been holding on to it.
Yes.
So the new thing that you're doing is that you're finally letting it go.
There we go.
You finally saying, okay, like I'm over this.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to you, we had a private conversation before this video, trying to get prepared. And I was like, towards the end of our conversation, I was like, give me something to do, give me a task, right? And I noticed,
so funny.
I know, I noticed like that's something I feel like I need to be like, tell me to do something, like give me some type of, give me some pointers.
Can you all see my cat? Look at my cat.
What is it a boy?
Crawling up my wall trying to get down. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, at least the cat listen.
That's the only thing that listens in this house.
So I was like, after the conversation, I was like, Brandy, like, that's not even you no more.
Yeah.
That's not even like that. That was like, that's not even you anymore. Like, you don't have to look to anybody to guide you. Like,
Wow. Yeah.
you don't like you, because something I had did, like, I did some type of I was meditating and all this other stuff. But in my meditation, I kept saying, like, I literally like envision myself walking into, like, embodying myself, like embodying who I am. Like, just be it. Don't be like, I'm trying to do it, I'm working on it. Like, no.
That trying word is not, get rid of it. This is a great new moon to get rid of trying.
Right, let it go. I was like, I just have to be her. Like, I am her. Like, that's what I really realized. And after our conversation, I'm like, I am her. Like, I don't, like, I'm her. So I don't need anybody to tell me how to be her. Like, you are her.
Yeah.
So just do it.
But it's okay to have that loving guidance sometimes, or that gentle push, towards where you're going, or just maybe someone to help with suggestions and stuff like that. But ultimately, all the power relies in us. So we don't have to go outside ourselves.
And I'm learning that, like, that's where I'm at right now. And I really feel like I felt like I needed to have some type of guidance, just because, when you're on a spiritual journey, which we all are, even if you don't realize it, it can be very lonely. Extremely lonely, like that dark night of the soul energy is that's a whole other video, but it can be extremely lonely, and you feel like you need somebody to just be like, I got you, like, this is all you have to do.
Like, it's what is it, your soul group, your tribe, your soul tribe, support group, whatever you want to call it. It really is good to have something like that, but don't get discouraged if you don't, because a lot of the times when you're going on those journeys, it's important for you to depend on your own light. You can't depend on other people's light, you know? I'm learning that.
I've realized, like, you have to, like, I've learned to mother myself. Like,
that's a good one.
I have to, like, I'm just holding me up, like, realizing that there is a more evolved version of me that's here for me.
Yes.
I can tap into that more evolved version. Even the little baby Brandy, tapping into her energy, because her energy is, like, amazing, tapping into the energy, like, we can just all be walk into this newness together. So I encourage you all to do the same, like, really just because I know with the internet, people constantly probably looking at videos, like right now, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. People constantly looking at videos and trying, like, to find the answers, but I know it's so repetitive, but it really is, like, you are the answer.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that people are actually on this journey now, but I just encourage them to really make it their own. Don't try to, it's okay to be inspired by other people and then incorporate what you see and apply it, take the meat and throw away the bones. Don't have to do everything, but definitely make it your own. Be unique. Embrace your own personality.
Yes, I love
individuality. Yeah. So I think with this astrology, I love astrology. So with the astrological makeup, as you start to learn about your astrological makeup, you'll start to understand how to be your own support system, because you'll understand, where you're coming from, because that's your makeup, and you can depend on that. You won't have to depend on other people to tell you, where to go, because you'll know, as you start learning about astrology, you'll start knowing, okay, this is why, this is where I need to go. This is probably best supports my, makeup, or whatever you want to call it, astrological makeup. So I love that.
Yeah. I was just thinking about when you was talking, like, you were saying, like, you don't have to depend on other people to tell you. It's just so crazy how, like, when we first came into this earth, like, we didn't listen to nobody. Like, and we didn't know nothing. We came into this world completely brand new, but was like, okay, I might not know how to walk down those steps, but I ain't finna tell you. You ain't finna show me how to walk. I just fall down the steps.
Yeah.
I figure it out.
Yeah, that's what babies do. They want to do it on their own.
Yes, and I think that's important I think that's probably why I don't want to be seen as, like, a sage, wise guru, because I want to keep that young, like, that Sagittarius energy, that young, fiery, like all wildfire. And like Sagittarius is that wildfire energy.
They are the students. They are the forever students.
Yes, but they're also the philosophers of the zodiac, which is so interesting. They're always learning, but they're also considered like the philosopher.
Yep.
They've seen it all, done it all, been all over the world, traveled, but they still like have that thirst. They're still bringing in more.
They stay curious. Stay curious. Because when you lose that curiosity, then you become stagnant.
Yes. You know? And that's what I'm afraid to get to. That's why I don't want to be seen as like, oh, she's got it all.
When you see a sage, you'd be like, oh my God, they know everything. No, they don't. They still learning.
Right.
Yeah.
That's beauty in it. It's just like even a tree, like you think, oh my goodness, this huge tree, like it's so big, it's so old, but literally that tree is still growing.
Yes.
It hasn't stopped growing. It's literally,
and it won't stop. It won't stop.
It can have been there for 100+ years, but it's still growing.
Yes.
Okay, Sagittarius energy. I'm feeling it now. I'm tuning into it.
I know it. It's, new moons also make me really like just relax and tired. I want to say sometimes it makes me a little tired, but I think what it's doing is just rejuvenating me, but also it puts me in a space to where I just want to learn. I just want to sit back and watch. I don't want to do any teaching. I don't want to do any, just teaching. I don't want to do a lot of teaching. I want to just sit back and relax. And this Sagittarius energy, I just found myself that earlier today, I was going from one book to the next. And I have like a few books on my nightstand. And I typically try to read, a few chapters or something, but I couldn't stay with just one book. I was going from one book to the next. So, well, let me see what's going on with this book. Let me, just going from just want to learn, just eager to just absorb as much energy and knowledge as I can right now during this time.
Yes.
And just relax into it too.
So I wanted to talk about this. You made me think about this. Do you feel like there is a point where you're bringing in too much and you're not acting?
Yeah, absolutely. Information overload.
I feel like that's a thing. Like you bring in a lot of information, but it's just a matter of actually
processing
it. Yeah. What we talked about before, that daily. Because everybody know how to lose weight.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know how to lose weight?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know how to be healthy?
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah. It's just now that you have all the information, what are your steps? What processes are you going to start to take to incorporate? And that's how it's all about knowing thyself too. So as you get this information, it's one thing to have all this information, be like, oh my God, I'm going to apply all this information. Technically, all the information may not need to be applied. It's just great for you to know it. It may be something that you might need to know to teach someone else, but take what you need to know and then apply it to yourself. So you don't have to. Information overload can be so overwhelming. Because especially like, for example, when I'm calling in or when I'm learning about something spiritual, and I don't know if you all experience this too, like if I have a thought, it seems like the universe really puts that information right in front of me. So I'll look at my phone the next day and then it seems like all the YouTube videos that I need to see regarding that, me asking that will pop up. All of the information that I'm looking for will pop up. Somebody will come in and start talking about this or hand me a book. And it'll just be like, oh my God, okay, I asked for this, but I don't know which way to go with all this information. So it's like you take it and then I'm starting, well, I wouldn't say starting, but I've learned how to go with the flow with information. So I'll just sit back and I'll just look and see what spirit guides me or how my intuition guides me into that information. So it's one thing to ask for more insight and spiritual input, but you have to learn how to ease into it.
Yes. So, oh my goodness. I 110% agree. Because I'm like, go back to that Virgo. I don't know what it is, but if I learn about something, I'm excited. When I tell you within like 2 days, I know everything about it. Like I'm gonna be like,
Now it's okay to do that. It's okay to kind of get into that mode where you be like, okay, and you just read and then you sit back and you let it digest. Don't do nothing else after that. Just relax for a little bit.
That's where my thing is. I will have it and it'll be in my head and it'll be like it will create this whole little blurb or vortex, whatever you want to call it. And it's like I've already done it, and to the point where I won't even do nothing now.
Yeah.
Because I already did it mentally. I don't have to do it now. But it's just like, no, girl, you gotta actually, if you want to do it, do it. But I like what you said as far as like take it in and then be like, okay, that was cool. And then
ease
detach
into
from
it. Yeah.
it.
And
Detach
then
from
you'll find
it.
yourself actually applying it naturally if you just really absorb it. Because I really do think that if you do read something, you can't just immediately go into doing it. You know, you want to first absorb it and see how your spirit resonates with it and how you really just resonate with it, period, and how it's supposed to apply into your life. Because a lot of times, I'm trying to find a good example. Like for herbalism, I feel like with herbalism, when I started getting into herbalism, I started having all these books start popping up. And a lot of times, just because it's all these books that's on herbs, I might not have to read all of those. It might just be one book, and it just give me all the knowledge I need. But it's good to have the information just as for resources or to kind of fact check, stuff like that. So that's another thing I start to learn how to do. Like when I start asking for information, I don't dive into everything. I just kind of use it as a fact check sometimes. And a lot of times if I intuitively find out something and then I go and fact check it, my intuition was really all I needed in the first place.
Well, some people feel like they have to get all into the information in order to be considered like credible.
Yeah, that's a Virgo nature for me. Did you read a book? Did you read on this? And
right, how do you know? Where is you get these? Where the receipts at?
Prove it.
That's logical, but then your flip side, which is Pisces energy, is very intuitive and ain't got to read nothing.
Yeah,
they just download it. It's just there.
Yes.
The energy is just there. I think what I kind of got from what you were saying is be more discerning.
Yeah.
Be more discerning with what you allow. And that's something that I have been learning, because if I hear it and it sounds interesting and it resonates with something that if it seems like, oh, that makes sense, I will take it on and be like, yep. And then I'll be like, wait, do this really correlate with how?
Oh, that Virgo nature. I have to keep saying and remind, because I'm laughing because, I'm a double Virgo sun, Virgo rising. So I get it. I will what is my, analysis paralysis. I will overthink something so much.
Yes.
And don't do nothing.
It's important to be discerning and discriminate with what you allow to really permeate like your mental, your physical, your emotional. And that even goes with food. Like we're back to talking about food. Like let's get back to being more discriminating towards what we put in our body.
Yeah, and intentional. Yeah, intentional eating is a module in my kitchen magic course. So intentional eating is all about making sure that you understand why you're eating, when you're eating it, how to eat it, be very intentional with everything. I try another Ayurvedic principle with the intention eating is eating with the sun,
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I've been doing that for a while. I wrote a book and I have a chapter in there about that. It's all about I talk a little bit about how to make sure that you're eating with the sun. And now I'll be honest, I'm not perfect, so I don't always do that. But your most heaviest meal should be at the highest point of the sun. Depending on where you at. That's typically like for us in our Central Standard Time, it would be like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the summer, springtime. And in the fall, it would be maybe around like noon or 1 o'clock, So of course, it's hard to really, if you own a good Gregorian calendar and time, it's hard to really apply that principle, but it's not impossible, but it's just the intention behind it. You want to try to be intentional as much as possible with it as possible.
So have a light breakfast, a light dinner, and a heavy lunch.
A heavy lunch, yep. And even when it comes to light, like light doesn't necessarily mean like a smoothie or anything like that. A light could be, you can eat a big bowl of salad. That's still a light substance. So it really just kind of depends how your eating habits are and all that good stuff. So
yes. I think like food is deep. Food is so deep and it's so emotional. I'm a Cancer. I love to eat. But I've noticed like I will let food like distract me. I'll eat because I'm like, I gotta study or I gotta like, let me just eat something. Like it becomes
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
my crutch. I don't know if it's like
Yeah.
a security thing or like I love my space. I love having time to myself, especially these kids. I love my kid, love y'all, but I will just like run off into the room and be like eating something just so I can be like, I'm eating, so I need time to myself to eat. But it's like
Time out.
I don't need to do that. Like I can just take a minute, drink a cup of tea by myself and let that nourish me versus being like, well, I'm using the excuse of having to eat. Like, can you watch the kids? Maybe I'm trying to eat something. Like it like I use it as an excuse. And I don't have to, if that makes any sense. Like I use
Yeah.
it. I'm not, like you said, that what is your intentions? Like, am I really using this to really nourish my body, or am I using this to get out of the stresses of being a mom?
There you go. There you
Or
go.
me really, instead of me just saying, hey babe, I need like 20 minutes.
It's
Can you
emotional eating. It's definitely emotional eating. Yeah. It's
don't I didn't ask you to say it. I did not ask you to diagnose. I did not ask for no diagnoses, okay?
I'm sorry, but it is emotional eating because I do it too. You know, I have a stressful day at work or I'm having a stressful day, or I'll go find the biggest piece of chocolate and call it a day. You know, it just soothes away all of the stress.
Right.
Oh, chocolate. So I have a recipe. Um, so you can heat some chocolate up, put some chamomile in there and some lavender. Let it just kind of simmer, and then strain out the herbs. Let it solidify, and you got some good herbal chocolate. And I'm just saying like those herbs because of course I use way more different herbs in that. I use damiana in my chocolate and stuff like that. But if you do have an emotional eating habit like I do, and I love chocolate, I try to be as intentional as possible. So I put some type of good substance into it, so I'm getting some type of nourishment or some type of good
Right.
energy out of it. So that's
Yeah.
another good way of doing something, if you are an emotional eater. Just
How do you strain it off?
so you just make sure it's still warm and liquid, and I put it inside of a mesh strainer. Let me grab one. So I just pour it, whatever, if I have like a glass jar or if I have it in a pot or a crock pot or something like that, I'll pour it inside of something that I could pour in here, and then it'll go into another container, and then I take it from there and put it on some wax paper and let it dry. Or I
Okay.
can put it in some type of mold container. Like I have some rubber. My daughters have some rubber hearts that I put inside of. So I make some little chocolate hearts,
I
and I
love that.
put it in the refrigerator, and I eat that, and it makes my day happy.
Yes, and it's gonna even be more. It's like even just like one little heart would be way more filling and like nourishing than like a
'Cause you
whole Hershey chocolate bar.
Yes, because
So
you
that you
made
still
it, you put
afterwards
your
you're still gonna
energy
be
into
wanting
it.
more. You're
Yes.
gonna want more after, but it's that little bit hard because you put so much of your energy and time and intention into it. It's like,
One is enough.
yes, it's like when your
Yeah.
mama make you a glass of water. And you
Yeah,
like,
girl.
right, a glass of
Girl,
water.
she don't gotta make you nothing. It's just drink some of hers.
Yeah.
To this day, my mama will have something on this in her cup, and I'll drink it, and it will taste so much better than if she poured my own. I want what she has. But
Yes.
yes. So yeah, and just speak some good, positive, intentional words over it while you're doing it. This chocolate is going to bring such nourishment and love to my body, and it's going to be so fulfilling. It's going to brighten my day. It's going to bring, da 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 da. Intentional, inspired action is all it is. So.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here for it. So your course is going to be starting in probably another few weeks. It's
Yeah.
going to come up. I'm going to let y'all know when her course is coming up. You all can follow her on Instagram at the Citrine Goddess. Check out her elixirs. Do you also sell herbs in bulk on or you said you're going to start doing that, right?
The bulk herbs. Well, I wouldn't say bulk, but you'll be able to purchase maybe about 4 to 6 ounces of herbs next year once the new harvest season starts. But for right now, I just have the herbal blends and teas right now. So,
and do you have the honeys?
Yeah, herbal infused honeys. Now, the herbal infused honey is seasonal too, because of course this year we have our first beehive, and we wasn't able to get any honey off of the beehive. And then I'm actually training starting next year to be my own beekeeper, because technically the beehive is not on, we don't own the beehive. So we wasn't able to get any honey off of it for this year, but next year we will be able to get honey off of it. In addition to that, I'll have my own bees, but I won't have that honey until another year. Because when you get your own beehive, it takes a year for them to, kind of, create their own colony and all that good stuff. So
put in their work.
Yeah. So, but for right now, I do take, small orders. I have, if you're local, and I have a small clientele that actually I give that purchase my honey. But other than that, I'll have bulk honey next year.
Okay.
Yeah. Spring next year. Mm-hmm.
When you was talking, it kind of just something came into my mind. And this is, I don't know, this is going back to another conversation that we had, but when we was talking about how we're getting everything ready now for the new calendar year, right? And thinking about the actual season. So the new calendar year actually starts in Capricorn season, which is crazy. Like, how are you starting stuff in Capricorn season?
Yeah, the most.
That's that's difficult. But something I was thinking about is, we was talking about the bee. You said it's gonna take a year after that to actually get your yield. And something I thought about is that we should be thinking about time, like keeping like that time and long term. Don't, of course, do things every single day, but think about the long term. Like, think about the long haul. Think about a year from now. How do you want things to look a year from now? Of course, you're probably not gonna get it within. It might not happen in 2021. It might just not happen. But really think more long term. Like, something just hit me. Just think more long term, because I think in the way we live right now, the society we live right now, everything is so immediate.
Yeah, so microwave society. We are a microwave society.
Yes, and it's just like, it's even to the point where it's like you feel like you're gonna live to a certain time, but it's just like, no, like, what about right now? Which, of course, one like meditation is all about the now and bringing in. You cool?
My cat is really acting a fool today. Get down.
She said it's that new moon, baby. But I think it's somewhat like, we know that time is gonna come, and it's like you have to have that balance of like thinking about extending your energy outward, right? But also being in the present moment, because you can't always be planning and being like all in the future moment. You got to be in the present moment. But it's just like also like somehow just casting that energy outward. Like, I don't know, just thinking forward. And of course, this is like basic information, but it's just like something just telling me like, what are you doing for the long term right now? What are you doing for the long term right now?
Yeah. Inspired action is definitely something that you can bring your future to you quicker. So if you do have like something that you're trying to bring about a year, maybe 5 years from now, what you're doing now matters, of course. Duh. So, I mean, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind that you're doing this because of the long haul. You're doing this because of the long run. So, definitely, don't beat yourself up so much. Cause I'm like I said, we in a microwave society. So I also like things to be quick too, but I also like to do things intentional. I'm sorry. This cat, I'm sorry, but I like to do stuff that's intentional. I really want to go and get it and just get them off of my stuff.
Go get them, girl. Go get them. Get them, mama. Get them. This cat is acting.
He's being really hard-headed. Oh my gosh. I can't even concentrate.
Girl.
Okay.
So you said we do live in a microwave society, and we was talking about the future.
Yeah. So you were saying basically, thinking about ahead long term, but inspired action starts now. Whatever your future is, you want to make sure you're doing that stuff. Like, so losing weight, like you said, everybody know how to lose weight, but do you know how to be consistent in your actions so that you can see the weight drop off and see it drop off?
Be okay with the fact that it's going to take time. And it made me think, sorry to cut you off, but it made me think about Capricorn energy. Capricorn, the reason why let's get into this Capricorn energy. Capricorns are like literally the goats. Like it's a goat, right? But they literally are like the goat, like greatest of all time. You don't like Capricorn?
Girl, I have a Capricorn. I have a Capricorn daughter. And
Oh, she's gonna be a beast.
she leads this house. She tries to lead this house.
I'm sure she do, honey. Till there's only one queen up in here. So
and we all earth signs, so yeah.
They become like the CEOs of a corporation because Capricorn does not have no problem with having 15, 20-year goals.
Yes,
actually
that's true.
Working on it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is a Capricorn rising, and he has Capricorn, Saturn, rising, Neptune, and Uranus all in his first house. And I'd be like, why don't he be like, it's not time for that. Like it's okay, it's gonna come. I'd be like, he'd be like, it's gonna come, trust me. It's gonna be like, I'd be like, I wanna. Like,
but you know what? That balances you out very well. So that's
oh my goodness.
Yes, that balances you out.
It really do, because I be needing that. And but that's the thing, like really understanding that, with us, with the new year starting off in the Capricorn energy always does, is realizing that things do take time. Like it's okay for you to master something. It's okay, because like that Capricorn energy is about mastering things, becoming like literally the CEO, becoming the boss, becoming the one that knows what's going on, building that foundation. It take a minute to build that foundation. It take a minute for you to lay out those routines that you want to have. It take a minute for you to really work on the different principles and values of who you are and what you stand for.
Yes.
This is me, and not allowing anything or anyone to shift you. It take a minute to get grounded in that energy. I mean, it's how long do it take for us to see a plant start to sprout out? You know what I'm saying? Once you put that seed in the dirt, the roots got to really start to cement.
It got to get grounded. It has to get rooted and grounded. Yes.
So it's okay for you to just be okay with that process. That's what I want to just put out there. Like, be okay with that process of laying that foundation for whatever you want to have in life. Be okay with it, and be okay
patient with it.
Yes, and be okay with not seeing the results right away.
Yeah, and that's hard for me to do.
Those are internal. It's happening on the inside.
It's hard for me to do that. Like I said, I love to see when things produce very quickly, but getting into herbalism and growing my own things is taught me patience. So that's why I really do recommend really being in tune with nature. It teaches you patience.
Yes. Divine timing. It all happens in divine timing.
Yes. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, me too. Everything just happened, like everything is everything, and whatever you're gonna get it, and it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. And I don't know. It's just so.
How long did it take us to get to this right here? Like,
you gave me this dang old elixir right here. Check it out. Citrine.
Life happens, and then here we are. What, months later?
Yes, but it happened when it was supposed to happen. 21 days before the start of the calendar new year.
Perfect timing.
So get up, wash your get your life together, clean your house, get rid of some stuff.
Yes.
How you feeling? And just let go of certain things. It's easier said than done, but letting go takes time.
Yes.
First, you got to recognize some things, and just like you said, be more intentional.
Yeah, I know we said I didn't say, but we didn't talk about this, but I just came up with this while you were thinking about it. So the last 21 days, I also talk about and teach feng shui as well. And so in order to shift the energy in your environment, in your life, if you want to see a shift in your energy or in your environment, which could be your home, office, wherever you spend most of your time, if you move 27 things or get rid of 27 things, you'll see an immediate shift. So that's also another good tip for the last 21 days. So if y'all want to see something new or something shift in your life, move 21 items in your home, or 27 items in your home, or get rid of 27 items. You will see a difference.
Really?
Yes, it's a feng shui principle. I don't know.
What is it? 27? I know that's 9.
Yeah, yeah. So and that's another thing, because I'm also into numerology. So I think that's the ending of something. That's the because I wouldn't say the ending, because 9, it can be just also the completion of something. So
that's what it is, completion,
yeah. So I really do think if you shift, if you really want to see some shift, try that tip. Try that out as well. So try out the 27, get rid of some things, start a new habit, and you'll see how you walk into that new year. Like, so, I don't know, just a whole new energy, just whole new essence of yourself. Yeah.
And with the 9, Sagittarius is the 9th zodiac sign.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the 9th zodiac sign. So do it now.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully I get this today. If not, tomorrow's still a good day.
You said what?
I said, hopefully they get this information today.
Yes.
If not, tomorrow's a good day. Tomorrow too. No pressure. No pressure.
I'll put it up tomorrow. Y'all see how she just basically told me on the spot?
No pressure. But you know what? I'm so glad you're doing it, because if it was me, girl, this video probably would never get put up, because I've been go through it and when took out this, like, you know what? It's just not perfect. I'm not putting it up there.
Right.
So, that's why that's one thing I'm also trying to get rid of. Just, I don't know why I feel like everything has to be a certain way. I'm learning how to not have to worry about perfection too. So that's
perfect isn't done. Perfect is not done. So what do
you said that when we first got together, or we first met, you said, done is better than perfect.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah, done is better than perfect. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So I'm just trying to get some things done.
Okay, you are. I'm just getting things done. Period. Okay, drink to that. You can infuse wine too, like sangria. Yeah, they do it with sangria.
Absolutely. This has some love elixir in it.
Ooh, you finna get she's finna get it in. Let me find out. And something real quick I want to add is that even if you don't grow your own stuff, you can just go to the store, right? Like this right here is some dried thyme.
Yes.
That I have just from store-bought thyme.
Put that inside some olive oil, put that inside some sunflower oil, and just let it sit for about 3 weeks. And then you can strain it out, and then you have such a beautiful aroma of your oil that you can infuse in your cooking. Oh, it's just amazing. I just loved it. I just get in here and start making all type of magic. I just start infusing everything.
I love it. I think mint is something good too. Mint is bomb.
Yeah,
straight bay. And if anybody ever want to grow mint, baby, it's so gratifying, because it just
it's a wild herb. Yeah, I mean, it just grows wild.
So grow it in a pot, and then just keep, every time you click it, like the next 2 days, it's gonna keep growing. So gratifying to grow mint. And
I love to touch it and just have the oils on my hand. It's good for getting rid of headaches and migraines. So good to have around if you have those issues.
Rosemary too is good for memory, isn't it? Rosemary.
Yeah, rosemary. I love rosemary for protection. Like, I use it more of a spiritual reason for, I put it in a lot of my protection rituals and stuff like that.
Yes. So this is stuff.
Y'all do rituals on here and spells and stuff like that?
Yes, we look at you like, while I put it out there. I put it in my baths, like my spiritual baths.
Okay. Yeah. Throw a little sage in there with it.
Yes. And I still got the sage you gave me.
Yes, we have plenty of sage, girl.
Yes. So anything else you want to add? I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I really appreciate your energy.
I'm happy to come back so we can have more, a structure. I really just wanted to get on here and just really just get our conversation out there, really be honest.
Same here.
See what kind of questions and, direction, everybody want to see.
You're very laid back.
I am. I'm trying to be, because, like I said, I struggle with trying to make things perfect, and I don't get it done if I try to do that.
Why do you keep saying that?
I know. That's been my challenge. And this year, like right now, my hair. I would never get on camera normally without getting my hair done or having a full face of makeup. I was like, nope. I'm here. Just put a little lipstick on, call it a day.
Honey, you let the back out. I think that's all you needed to do. Or the girls out too. The girls out, the back out.
Oh man.
I love Elixir.
I know.
Please try these. Please,
Yes,
especially do you have the Happy Gypsy? Is that available? I know you was
Happy
working.
Gypsy is out because I have I believe I have moringa in there, and so I'm out of moringa, so I don't have that on the website anymore. But I do have Glow and Love Elixir on there.
Okay, and are you doing anything for the holidays? Any type of discount code or something you can give to the viewers?
No, I don't have any discount code, but I don't. But I will say this: everything is discounted already because of the because everything on. I started a discount on Black Friday, and my discount is going to go through the end of the year.
Okay.
So everything is already discounted on the website.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So did you say the Happy Gypsy is available?
It's not available right now until probably next year because I don't have any moringa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what's in there. That's kind of like the key ingredient in that one.
Okay. I like moringa tea. I do the tea. I want to grow it, so I wonder if it's hard to grow.
It is. I used to have a moringa plant and it did very well until I decided to transplant it into a bigger pot and I killed it.
That's the transplanting. That right there is like moving something from one. That right there.
I'm still kicking myself. I'm really disappointed in myself in that one.
Hey, it is what it is. It just couldn't make it. It couldn't make it.
Yeah, it didn't make it.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. But I do have a herbal class if you all are interested. I also have a herbal subscription as well. So you'll get 4 different boxes throughout the year. It's based off of the seasons. And that's also the link is on my Instagram page in my Instagram bio, and that's on discount too. It's a subscription, and it comes with classes and other herbal. It's 3 other herbalists that are part of that packaging too. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you get dried herbs
you get whatever we have, and it's kind of like whatever we've made in an abundance, we put it into that box, and if you have the subscription, you get that in the mail. So like you can get herbal, you get some tinctures, you can get elixirs, you get herbal honey, you can get salves, you can get butter. We have infused oils, we have a few other things in there that other herbalists and sage sticks and stuff like that. It's whatever we harvest and we decided to craft together and make. So it's
I love that. Look at you collaborate. I pulled a card not too long ago and it was like collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly.
I love that. Can you pull a card for us? You said you do.
Sure. Let me grab a card real quick.
Yeah. Are you all loving this video? I'm feeling this video. It's relaxed. It's giving me relaxed vibes. Okay. Today has been a challenging day for me today. Some personal stuff happened, but anyways. I'm gonna stop talking to myself while she's gone. She probably gonna think I'm right.
All right, so I had to go get my basket.
Ooh.
So let's see here. Ooh, we're gonna do the herbal tarot.
I didn't even know they had an herbal tarot.
I was so excited when I found it.
I'm excited.
Okay, so this is what they look like. So let's see here. So let's see here. We're going to try to get a message on because herbs, they come with a spiritual energy and a spiritual property, and whatever that energy that brings is what it will bring into your, whatever that property of that herb is what it'll bring into your life. So let's see what our herb is for 2021. Especially we working on
2021, 21 days. And then on the 21st is the winter solstice. And then also what's happening on the 21st? I think that's when Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct on the 21st.
Oh, that's that 333 energy.
And I was born on the 3rd, honey.
All right, so let's see what we got here.
And it goes to 9.
Oh, it popped on out. Hemlock.
You don't like hemlock? You said we ain't taking that one.
We'll take it. I guess it popped on out. So hemlock, and this is actually considered like a major arcana. So it's number 4. We're talking about 3. So we're gonna talk about some stability. Number 4.
This is a 4-year.
It is. Okay. So there we go. So we're gonna end this 4-year with some hemlock, the emperor. And let's see here.
Why do you say emperor like that?
The emperor. I like to use my R's because I'm from St. Louis.
Yes, honey.
So it's all about building strong boundaries, a sturdy structure, support abundant growth, and own your authority. And I'll read that again. Build strong boundaries.
Yes. A
sturdy structure, support abundant growth, own your authority. Don't let nobody tell you what to do.
When we talk about Capricorn, Capricorn energy, stability, being like, this is my values, this is what I stand on, this is who I am.
Yes. Also, okay, so it's just an important note here. No, don't worry about that. Actually, it's good.
You'll be all right. Whatever that looks
like. About that. Basically, it's saying that you can drink a vitamin-rich hemlock tea to support your body during intense creative or spiritual growth.
Why don't I ever have nothing to write with? What the heck? Hold on.
It's gonna be, you can.
I know I can play it back, but I want to write it down
Write it down now because it's important now.
I don't want to look back on. I want to be right now in the moment.
You know, this herb kind of reminds me of pine cones.
Hemlock. That's what it kind of gives.
Yeah, it kind of looks like pine cones.
How do you spell it?
HEMLOCK.
Oh, okay. How you read it? That's how you spell it. Okay.
And if you are into the botanical name, it is a Tsuga heterophorilla.
Heterophorilla.
But yeah, I love it. It's you know, sometimes I be wanting to get something different, but you know, spirit always gives us what we need. So I like the way that ended that. I love that.
Do.
Yeah.
Creative spiritual growth.
And blackberry came out too.
That's one of my favorite berries.
Yeah, that's a good berry. It's easy to grow that. So if you in my region, I would say blackberry bushes, we have a couple of those growing too. So we have some of those. Yeah.
What does it say about blackberry?
So don't get scared, guys. But this is a part of the major arcana as well, which is amazing because we get all major arcana cards. And according to the major arcana card, it represents the devil card, which is not a bad card. The devil card is all about really just owning your own flaws. Like whatever issues you may be having, it is most likely something that you have control of fixing, but you're allowing it to control you. Right. So it says, sweet berries, sharp brambles, beware. Let awareness awaken the power of choice. Break free of the desires that keep you trapped. So all those pleasures that we just love to just eat chocolate all the time, you know, let's infuse it with some herbs. Let's just put some good intention into it. So be free, break free of the desires that keep you trapped. Let awareness.
Devil is a Capricorn, ain't it?
Yep. Let awareness awaken the power of choice. Yeah. Sweet berries, sharp brambles, beware.
Break free of the desires that keep you trapped.
And then we got the hemlock, which is the emperor and the devil. So
2 major arcana.
2 major arcana cards popped out.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck was comfrey, which is one of my favorite infused oils. Comfrey, which is very easy to grow as well.
That's COMFREY, right?
Yep. COMFREY is what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite infused oils. That's kind of like my secret ingredient in any of my whipped butters.
It's comfrey. What did I say about comfrey?
Comfrey is actually not a major arcana card, actually. And it is a 10 of fire, which is good for the Sagittarius energy. 10 of fire. And so this is a new deck. So this is why I'm still reading from the cards, but I still love to read from the cards because this particular deck also gives you recipes on how to use the herbs too. So that's why I love to read it. But here, where'd it go? I just had it. Okay. There can be too much of a good thing. Stop, step away, soothe yourself. Cut it down and it roars back to life. I'll read it again. There can be too much of a good thing. Stop, step away, soothe yourself. All that information overload we was talking about, stop, step back, soothe yourself, digest the information, cut it down, and it will roar back to life.
And that's like the minimalism too.
Yeah.
Because you said you got to make space for what you want to bring in. Just let it go and it'll come.
Yeah.
You
know, I got like 6 different decks, but so when I do my readings, technically I use all of my decks. And you know, I like to fuse all of the information together like that. But yeah, maybe we can do a full reading one day. And we can kind of base it off of astrology or whatever astrological energy is going on.
I'm here for it. I love it. I appreciate you. Like I needed this today. I needed a shift.
I know. This was fun. I was looking forward to this all day.
I'm glad.
I know. I was like, I'm getting on YouTube today.
Yes.
I was telling people, I told you the other day, I was like, I'm proud of my 37 subscribers. I'm getting on there.
Okay, so what is your name on YouTube?
The Citrine Goddess.
Yes, and she's gonna be firing that up.
Up. I know. Don't be holding me accountable now.
Please do it, and then it's an outlet. It's really an outlet.
I know.
To put yourself out there, and to also, I mean, you already put yourself out there. Come on, child.
I know. I just gotta make more time. I gotta make more time. That's all it is. Just making more time. This upcoming year, I've cut back on my clients, so I'll have more time to actually be more of a teacher. You know, so I can really kind of share my information, socially on social media platforms, as opposed to just with my one-on-one clients, because it's kind of draining with my one-on-one clients.
She love y'all though. No.
I do love y'all. I do. And I told them all the time. I was like, I love y'all, but I'm gonna have to condense y'all into one class now.
So if y'all watched all the way to the end, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. So I'm gonna do a giveaway. You didn't even know about this, but
I know I did.
Giveaway with what is the item that you want to give that you think would be great?
I think
I'm a sponsor to the giveaway.
Let's do some elixirs.
Okay, we're gonna do some elixirs.
And I'll maybe do a tea blend.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 winners. What you have to do is you have to subscribe to the Citrine Goddess YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, follow us both on Instagram at StayForeverTrue #1, and then the Citrine Goddess, and just leave a comment down below with your Instagram handle. That's all you got to do to enter the giveaway. I'm going to sponsor it. 2 people are going to get what is it?
We're going to let's do love elixir and a self-love tea blend.
Yes, I love it. Okay. So I'm here for it. We're going to do this giveaway. Send me the invoice, girl.
Actually, I'll gift one of those actually.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And we're the giveaway. Oh, my battery, child. Let me plug. We ended the video, but let me plug this up before it ends prematurely. Hold on. So yeah, that's all you have to do to enter the giveaway. If you watch all the way through, thank you. I appreciate you all's time. Thank you so much for coming on, Monique.
Thanks for having me, Brandy.
And I
I'm
hope you all
happy
got
to be here.
yes. I hope you all got something from the video, something different, something new, something inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did you say? Intention. What was it? Inspired
Inspired
action.
intention. Inspire action and intention. Intention. Well, inspire action.
Yes, and it's so simple. It's so
Yeah.
simple. It's so
Yeah.
simple. We already got all the things that we need to do it and to be it.
Yeah.
And
And I'm
Monique is
happy
here
to
to
coach you all
offer.
through it, you know.
Yes, Monique is here to offer courses. She got the elixirs. Go check out her Instagram. And you a yogi on top of that. Girl, this
Yeah.
child do everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
my future self coming to talk to have a
Girl.
conversation with me.
I'm trying to tone it down.
It's okay. Well, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Let me end this. Hold on. Do I end it? End meeting for all. Bye.